A $300 cycling helmet costs approximately $35 to manufacture. The other $265 is not impact protection. It is a logo, a sponsorship deal, the marketing budget behind it. We rank 8 cycling helmet brands. 5 are charging you for the label. 3 are built on independent safety data that confirms every dollar. Starting with the brand whose parent company quietly moved the whole operation and hopes you never notice what left with it. In 8th place, Bell. You recognize the name the moment you walk into a cycling shop. It sits at eye level on every display wall, entry price, wide range. The brand that built its name on making cycling accessible. Every rider, every budget, every road. That brand no longer exists. In 2016, Vista Outdoor acquired Bell for $400 million. In 2022, Vista acquired Fox Racing for $540 million. By September 2023, Bell's original facility in Scotts Valley, California had closed. Several hundred employees lost their positions. The institutional knowledge built over decades in Scotts Valley left with them. The entire Bell operation moved into Fox Racing's headquarters in Irvine. On January 3, 2025, Strategic Value Partners completed its acquisition of Revelist. Revelist holds Bell, Giro, Fox Racing, Camelback, and more than a dozen other outdoor brands. The transaction was valued at $1.1 billion. Strategic Value Partners did not buy Bell because they believe in accessible cycling. They bought Bell as a line item inside a portfolio. Bell's premium road models are not on Virginia Tech's independent testing database. The brand chooses which helmets to submit. The flagship road models are not among them. The brand built its name on trust. It avoids the most rigorous independent safety standard in the sport. You are not buying a heritage cycling brand. You are buying a private equity asset with a familiar logo on the packaging. The name survived, the company did not. Number 7, Kask. You have seen this helmet at the Tour de France. You have seen it on the heads of Ineos Grenadiers riders, mountain summits, sprint finishes, the biggest stages in the sport. Kask has supplied Team Ineos Grenadiers since the team's formation. 12 Grand Tour victories, 3 monument wins, the helmet worn by the most decorated team in modern cycling. That reputation does not come without a price. The Kask Protone Icon retails for $300. That $300 includes more than 15 years of Tour de France sponsorship. It includes the wind tunnel sessions with professional riders. It includes the marketing machine behind every major cycling stage in the world. Here is what it does not include. An independent safety score from Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's Helmet Lab has not tested the Kask Protone Icon. Not once. The brand charges $300. The brand chooses its own testing standard. Kask uses the WG11 protocol, a safety test Kask designed and administers themselves. The company that profits from your purchase certified it as safe. No independent university, no external verification. Independent testing organizations have evaluated Kask helmets. The scores underwhelmed. Kask knows what Virginia Tech testing costs. Every other brand on this list found a way to submit. Kask chose not to. You are paying $300 for a helmet. The company that made it certified it. The company that sold it to you pocketed the difference. The Tour de France partnership is real. The independent safety score is not. A $300 secret. 6th place, Rudy Project. The name carries Italian credibility. Lightweight frames, aerodynamic shells. The brand that professional triathletes and competitive road cyclists reach for when they want performance, without the heritage premium of the bigger names. Rudy Project positions itself as the serious rider's alternative, the brand that knows what it is doing. The Rudy Project Nitron retails for $357. That $357 does not buy you an independent safety score. The Nitron has never been submitted to Virginia Tech's Helmet Lab. Not once. No star score exists for this helmet. No external university has tested it. No independent institution has verified the claims on the packaging. Instead, Rudy Project created their own test. They call it the WG11 Rotational Impact Protocol, adopted by Rudy Project in cooperation with accredited bodies. That phrase means one thing. Rudy Project designed the standard. Rudy Project administers the standard. Rudy Project certifies that Rudy Project helmets pass the standard. Evaluated independently, outside of Rudy Project's own protocol, the Nitron just missed a 5-star rating. The brand that wrote its own exam still could not pass someone else's. You are paying $357 for a helmet certified by the company that profits from your purchase. The test exists because Virginia Tech's test does not produce the answer Rudy Project wants you to see. The Nitron is aerodynamic, it is comfortable, it is well ventilated. It has never been independently certified as safe. Their test, their score. If this is changing how you look at helmet prices, subscribe. We break down every brand so you never have to, and drop a comment with the helmet brand that surprised you most. Number 5. Bontrager. Trek's in-house helmet brand. The name on the head of every rider who walks out of a Trek dealership. Bontrager positions itself as the performance choice for serious cyclists. Not a fashion brand, not a lifestyle play, a brand built on engineering claims and safety technology. That is the positioning. The data tells a different story. The Trek Ballista MIPS, Bontrager's flagship road helmet, retails for $330 to $385. In 2019, Bontrager made a claim. Their WaveCel technology was proven to be up to 48 times more effective at preventing concussions, more effective than standard foam helmets. That number appeared on packaging, in marketing materials, across every retailer carrying the product. Bontrager staked their entire safety reputation on it, 48 times. They wanted you to believe nothing else on the market came close, that no other liner technology could match what WaveCel delivered. MIPS, the independent company behind the rotational impact liner found in most premium helmets, tested WaveCel against that claim. They could not replicate the results. The 48 times figure fell far below what independent testing produced. MIPS released their findings publicly. The claim that built Bontrager's safety positioning could not survive external scrutiny. The number that appeared on packaging across thousands of helmets had no independent evidence behind it. Bontrager did not withdraw the claim immediately. The number stayed in circulation long after the dispute went public. Retailers kept selling. Packaging kept claiming. The 48 times figure kept appearing on helmets that independent testing had already called into question. Then something quieter happened. Bontrager's current flagship road helmet, the Ballista, does not use WaveCel. It uses standard MIPS. The technology Bontrager once told you was 48 times superior to everything else on the market has been removed from their top road helmet entirely. No announcement, no explanation, no acknowledgement that the claim which sold thousands of helmets could not survive independent scrutiny. You paid for a safety revolution. They delivered a standard MIPS liner. The revolution was quietly retired. The price was not. They dropped the claim. They kept the price. Number 4. Giro. You have trusted this name for decades. The helmet on the head of Tour de France champions, the brand that made road cycling feel accessible and aspirational at the same time. Giro built its reputation on something real, genuine product development, a design team that understood cyclists deeply, a brand with a soul that showed up in every product they made. That soul left the building in September 2023. In 2016, Vista Outdoor acquired Bell and Giro together for $400 million. In 2022, Vista acquired Fox Racing for $540 million. By September 2023, Giro's operations had been fully consolidated into Fox Racing's headquarters in Irvine, California. The original design team, the institutional knowledge accumulated over decades, the people who built the brand that cyclists trusted with their safety, all of it gone. Think carefully about what you just read. Bell, Giro, Fox Racing. 3 brands you consider completely separate. 3 brands with different identities, different price points, different cycling cultures. They share the same building, the same management structure, the same private equity owner. The separation you see on the shop floor exists only on the packaging. On January 3, 2025, Strategic Value Partners completed its acquisition of the entire group for $1.1 billion. Bell, Giro, Fox Racing, Camelback, and more than a dozen other outdoor brands, all managed under one private equity roof. Here is what that means for you. When you stand in a cycling shop comparing Bell and Giro helmets as if they represent two different companies, making two different choices about your safety, you are comparing two logos managed by the same investment firm from the same building. The competition you think you are seeing does not exist. It never existed after September 2023. Giro makes excellent helmets. The Aries Spherical ranks among the safest road helmets Virginia Tech has ever tested. The engineering still delivers. But the brand you are paying a premium to belong to, the independent cycling company with decades of genuine heritage, that brand is a private equity portfolio line item managed from an office in Irvine. You thought you had two choices. You had one owner and two logos. You thought you had two choices. Now, three brands that submit to every test. Three brands the data actually confirms are worth your money. Starting with the one that costs $100. Number 3. Scott ARX Plus MIPS. You have probably walked past this helmet without stopping. It does not carry the Tour de France heritage of Kask. It does not have the Italian credibility of Rudy Project. It does not have the private equity backing of Bell and Giro. Scott is a Swiss brand that makes bikes, helmets, and apparel for serious riders. The ARX Plus sits in the middle of their helmet range. Nothing about the packaging demands your attention. No celebrity ambassador. No sponsored team wearing it on the biggest stages in the sport. No marketing machine telling you it is the safest helmet on the shelf. That data does that job instead. The Scott ARX Plus MIPS retails for $100. MIPS, rotational impact protection, a low-friction liner that allows the helmet to rotate slightly during an angled impact, reducing the twisting force on your brain, built in as standard. Not as an upgrade, not as a premium option that pushes the price past $200. Standard equipment on a $100 helmet. Virginia Tech tested the Scott ARX Plus MIPS. It earned a 5-star rating, the highest classification the independent lab awards. The same classification that helmets costing 3 times more are chasing, and in some cases still failing to achieve after multiple submissions. Think about that arithmetic carefully. $100, 5 stars. Independent university testing. No sponsorship deal inflating the price. No proprietary safety protocol replacing the independent standard. No private equity portfolio determining where the engineering budget goes. Scott submitted this helmet to Virginia Tech because they wanted to know how it performed against an independent external standard. Not their own test, not a protocol they designed themselves. Virginia Tech's standard. The results spoke clearly. A 5-star rating on a $100 helmet does not happen by accident. It happens when the engineering budget goes into the helmet instead of the marketing department. You have been standing in cycling shops comparing helmets priced at $200, $300, and $400. One of the safest independently tested road helmets available retails for $100. The packaging never demanded your attention. The Virginia Tech database always had the answer. $100, 5 stars. In second place, Specialized Prevail 3. You know this brand. The S-Works badge, the California headquarters, the sponsored World Tour teams. The decades of marketing that positioned Specialized as one of the most recognized names in global cycling. Specialized is not a quiet brand. It does not let the product speak without amplification. The marketing is always present, always loud, always telling you exactly how good the product is. Which makes what they did with the Prevail 3 worth paying close attention to. The Specialized Prevail 3 retails for $300. Specialized has not always earned a hero position on this channel. On helmets, the data tells a different story. Specialized submitted the Prevail 3 to Virginia Tech's independent helmet lab. Not a proprietary protocol they designed themselves. Not an internal test administered by their own team behind closed doors. Virginia Tech's standard. The same independent university lab that has spent years exposing the gap between what premium brands charge and what independent testing actually confirms about their products. The Prevail 3 earned a 5-star rating. It currently ranks 6th among every road and aero helmet Virginia Tech has tested. 6th out of every road helmet the lab has processed across multiple years of rigorous independent evaluation. Now compare that directly to what you read earlier in this video. Kask charges $300 and has never submitted their flagship road helmet to Virginia Tech. Rudy Project charges $357 and replaced independent testing with a protocol they wrote themselves. Bontrager spent years promoting a safety claim that independent testing could not replicate, and then quietly removed the technology from their flagship helmet entirely. Specialized charges $300. They submitted everything to Virginia Tech anyway. The Prevail 3 is built to keep air moving across your head without sacrificing the structural layer that absorbs impact. Specialized solved both problems in the same design. The MIPS air node system adds rotational impact protection without adding weight or reducing ventilation. Every design decision is verifiable. Every safety claim has an independent score sitting behind it. $300 is not cheap, but $300 for the 6th safest road helmet Virginia Tech has ever tested, submitted voluntarily by a brand that did not need to be pushed, is a different conversation entirely from $300 for a helmet that has never faced independent scrutiny at all. You already know which brands avoided the test. Now you know which brand did not have to be asked twice. Nothing to hide, nothing to justify. And finally, number 1. POC Cytel. POC is a Swedish brand founded in 2005 with one stated purpose: reduce the consequences of accidents for people who ride. Not a fashion brand that moved into helmets. Not a cycling heritage brand that added safety as a secondary claim after the marketing department had finished. A company built from its first day around one question: what does it actually take to protect a human head? The POC Cytel retails for $360. That $360 buys you the highest independently verified safety score ever recorded for a road cycling helmet. Virginia Tech tested the POC Cytel. It earned a 5-star rating. Among all road and aero helmets the lab has ever evaluated, every helmet submitted across every year of independent testing, the POC Cytel currently ranks number 1 among every road and aero helmet Virginia Tech has ever tested. Not in a category, not in a price bracket. Number 1 overall among road helmets. The safest road helmet the most rigorous independent safety lab in the sport has ever tested. Think about what that means in the context of this video. Kask charges $300, you just heard that. Rudy Project created their own test. Virginia Tech's standard remains unused. You just heard that too. Bell and Giro are the same private equity company, operating from the same building in Irvine. You heard that as well. POC charged $360 and submitted their helmet anyway. The result was number 1. The Cytel uses a dual-density EPS liner, 2 layers of foam with different densities working together to absorb impact energy across a wider range of collision speeds than a single-density liner can manage. The MIPS system sits between the liner and the outer shell, allowing the helmet to rotate slightly on impact and reduce the rotational force transmitted to your brain. These are not marketing claims. They are the mechanisms Virginia Tech measured when they assigned the highest road helmet score in the database. $360 for the number 1 ranked road helmet on the most trusted independent safety database in cycling. Every dollar is in the engineering. None of it is in a sponsorship deal. None of it is in a proprietary test designed to avoid scrutiny. None of it is in a private equity portfolio managing your brand loyalty as a balance sheet entry. POC built a helmet for your head. Virginia Tech confirmed it is the safest road helmet they have ever tested. The safest road helmet the lab has ever tested. 8 brands, 1 independent standard, 1 finding. The brands spending the most on sponsorship deals are submitting the least to independent safety tests. The brands charging the least are scoring the highest. Your helmet is either a safety decision or a marketing decision. After today, you know which brands made that choice for you and which ones left it to the data. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this one, and drop a comment with the helmet brand that surprised you most.